Just look at that. Hi guys, super excited to show you the new car today. Right, we've got a Porsche Boxster sitting here, which I'm going to show you. Only joking, it's a Porsche 992 GT3 and it's absolutely insane, epic. I'm really excited to show you around this car and go out in it. Just look at that. Just look at that. Look at that huge Swan spoiler, blacked out with that big one light that just goes all the way around. Doesn't that just look epic? Look at those massive ceramic brakes and obviously the yellow calipers. They just really go well with the blacked out 20 and 21 inch wheels. It's got the matrix LED lights on the front and those vents there that suck up the air and give it that sort of downforce when you're sort of driving, when you're driving fast. That big mouth in the front. It just looks crazy. Just look at it. And just look at how low that sits. I mean, look at that. It's almost like this car's been lowered. It has. Obviously, it's race spec and it's got the adjustable lift on the front, and it just sits so good, so flush. The wheels sit right. I mean, normally you kind of buy a car and you put bigger wheels and lower it, but look at that. It's got the center locking, just like the race cars. It just looks so cool. And that rear spoiler with that rear spawn just curved. Again, that's been designed for extra downforce to make it right. You know, when I first looked at it, I thought, ooh, on the top, but it just looks so right. And that LED light, that one single LED light, that signature light, it just looks epic. And that GT3 in black and the Porsche in black and those two black exhausts in the middle, it just looks epic. And those sort of close and open upon downforce, it just looks mental. And those wheels, those rear wheels are just even wider than the front and they're just concave and they just sit out so flush. But yeah, that looks epic and I'm just super excited to get into it and take it for a drive. Let's go.
What the fuck's going on here, man? What the fuck is
Right, so guys, we're in the car. So the yellow seatbelt is on, and these buckets, carbon buckets with the GT3 crest on the back, just, oh mate, and the yellow stitching, they just stand out. With the black, they just stand out. They're carbon, as you can see behind me. Alcantara steering wheel, extended leather all the way along, yellow stitching, that carbon there again, Alcantara. As you can see on the back there, the roll cage, that just looks, you know, it just looks naughty. Black with all the little features in there. No electric seats in there, no heated seats in there, which you don't want obviously in one of these Club Sports. It's got the racing harness as well, which you probably can't see, but when in the video you can see it. Yeah guys, so let's take it out and let's see what it's about. Like I said, super excited to take this out. So first off, in normal mode. Normal, they call it the comfort or straight normal mode. So let's see what that's about. You can feel the steering wheel's very responsive. You know, the second you turn it, the whole car turns. So I don't know if you guys can see that in the video, but yeah, just very responsive. Steering wheel is very, very responsive. And it's obviously the PDK gearbox, so it's changing up real quick in normal mode. So yeah, responsive accelerator. I mean, it is the 4-litre naturally aspirated engine, so you haven't got the turbos like the Turbo S, although it's still supposed to be very quick, about 502 brake horsepower, I think, from memory.
Stats 0 to 60 is supposed to be like 3.5 seconds, and top speed I don't even know what it's supposed to be. Let's give it a rev. That's in normal mode. It's got the soft limiter. There is a way to get rid of the soft limiter on these. That's in sport mode now. Sounds good. I don't know if you guys can hear that. If you've got it as a daily, you're brave. You're brave if you use this as a daily. But personally, I wouldn't. I would use this as a bit more of a toy and have it daily as a second car. Especially with these carbon backing seats. I think if you had non-backing seats, it'd be more bearable. So we've got a bit of an open road. Gearbox is responsive. Wow. So you can kind of see, well, so on the low revs, I mean it's snippy, it's good, it goes on the low revs, but on the high revs it really wants to go. So it comes alive when the revs are high. But yeah. You can tell like the handling is just awesome. Wow. So opening it up. So on an open road, that's when the fun begins. And it just holds the revs up, it does. In sport mode. At the back, and you've got a small boot in the front, which you can get a few bags in if you want to. I could just imagine what this is like on a track. I'd love to take something like this on a track. Who knows? One day. That's in auto mode. That's been in auto mode. Again, you can change the gears in manual from the gear lever, which is good because a lot of new cars have got it now. Or you can do it from the paddle shift to the steering. You can probably hear the gears dropping on the paddle shift. It wants to come alive on those high revs, definitely wants to come alive. It just comes alive. The acceleration is good. It's fast. It is fast. It's not slow. Without those turbos, I mean, I've driven the Turbo S before, and that is just an absolute machine that flies. But you know, this still accelerates really good for a naturally aspirated car. It goes very well. If you keep the revs up, it flies. Probably just as fast if you keep the revs up. Yeah, wow. Big ceramic brakes, which we talked about earlier, they really stop the car. You know, the looks that this car gets, it really stands out on the road. It's got road presence. I mean, it looks everywhere. It's got a Bose sound system, which I haven't even used. I'd rather hear the engine and the exhaust note. So yeah, the prices on these are crazy at the moment. So I'm getting roughly around about 160 to 170 grand list price. But you know, as we always hear, there's always a long waiting list on one of these. Could be years until you can get one of these brand new. So the second-hand market on these is just through the roof. They're fetching somewhere around about mid 200k at the moment, which is £250,000, which is crazy. But it's a lot of car. It's a lot of car, but it is crazy. You know, you've got the blues, you've got the yellows, but personally, I think the black with all the yellow details, and the yellow stitching, and the yellow brake calipers, blackout wheels out there, it just looks mental. It just works so good. It's got the lifting gear, so I'm slowing down for every road hump, but it has got a lifting gear, so if you use that, you don't have to go too slow. But there you are, guys. Back at Exclusive Autos, back with the Porsche. It's got a reverse camera, it's got a lifting gear. So it's not, you know, it's not shy of features, it just hasn't got electric seats and heated seats. What do I think of the Porsche GT3? It looks absolutely awesome outside. The drive, epic. I just wish I could get onto a track and drive it, because I can just imagine how much fun this car would be. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think of the GT3. Let us know how it looks. Let us know what colour you prefer. Let us know what you think of the prices. You know, they're about £250,000 on the used second-hand market. Tell us what you think, and we'll see you again soon.